YouTube? Architect here. I really don't know how to do this. Well, this video, I'm going to be showing off my very overpowered AFK farm. Let me load it in. And it's done. Sorry, this is very fast to load. This is the main platform to get you on is like any of the ones you see on YouTube a lot. The how you get the people in. Fairly simple. Giant platform. But mine does a different thing, so a giant long bridge that goes across all stages. Mine does a different path. Instead, it's a giant, just few different things that I park in one in each stage. And it also gets gold blocks. Where's the candy? Fairly self-explanatory for what it is. Bunch of flag glitches where I take these platforms to different stages. First one set up. Second one set up. I may have done something out of order here, but you get the idea. And for the final one, this one's a bit more tricky to set up, as it requires you to fly all the way to the end. And so you can't really fly with portals flat, facing down, so you have to have this kind of setup in order to be able to fly properly. Because otherwise, the game doesn't like it when you have portals that are, well, not facing vertically. So right around here is the spot where you want to be. Anchor off the platform. Delete the cake. Sit in the seat to then put this into position. Then anchor this off at the angle. Then you can line up the final teleporter onto the treasure chest. And for further security, you can anchor off the portal. There. Then next, all it needs to do next is to set up the spawn point. That should be good. Anchor that off. And reset. And watch, you gain money. There. Here the teleporters have changed a bit since this was initially created, so that might be a slight issue, but not very problematic. And right back at it. That's interesting sequence. Oh, you must first go to this one. Oh. Huh, okay, you learned something new. You must first be in the first zone in order for the second zone to count. Ah, the more you know. But if I were to have done it properly, in the proper order, I would be making more money than this. And also, play around with how the chest lid works. Everything's trial and error. And as for how to build it, you at least need 2 portals to be able to create a setup like this and a bit of duping. Or I believe you get 4 teleporters total from all the codes and stuff. Not sure anymore. But this is one of the most minimal and most effective designs I have. Now the reason why, well, let me explain. This, you first go to this teleporter, which brings you here. And due to sort of momentum of this thing, I had to make this part longer because I would teleport here instead of at the actual portal, because of how stored momentum works in this game in teleporters. So you get pulled through to that one. That's why these all have this extra lip here to save you from stored momentum, teleportation, movement, displacement thing. And the reason why this is servo is glued because you can't really have a fly glitch with loose objects. It messes things up because it counts as extra weight in the loose object. So that's why it's glued. And portals don't like being transported when they're flat. It's weird, but it's one of the ways the game made it so you can't do stuff, certain stuff. But there are ways around it. Yeah, and also you can basically hog the chest to yourself with this. Piston's fully extended to here. Platform. This is basically just the platform from like one of the tutorials for making a long bridge one. In fact, this original save slot was a long bridge, but then I made my own improved version of AFK farm. And the best part is, it doesn't get guillotined by the stages, like how a massive long bridge gets guillotined by the stages when it's loading to stop AFKers. This is an entire workaround. And it makes money so fast, and gold blocks, yeah, you're going to be have a lot of stuff after a while. To the point where this might not even be worth it anymore to use, because you have so much stuff, depending on how long you go for. And there's different panels in here for me to collision off and on for different teams. Because this thing can be set up from any team. Any team. So you don't need to be begging for white team anymore with this design. Bit of fine tuning here and there, and trial and error. That's how things work in this game. Well, anywhere really, but trial and error, best part of the game. Do something till it works. Pause the video at any time to try. The reason why I'm going so long is so you guys can get a good view and try to build it yourself. Just look at it. Very compact, very fast. There's only also I have done it with multiple people on one team, and it tends to clog up the chest at the end because of how fast you're getting there. Interesting. Yeah. At the end, you anchor this platform off, delete the cake, bend it down, anchor that one of the blocks here to be able to position this. And each key is bound to a different thing, so you can control it. However, W, S, A, Z, X, C, V, B, N, G, H. Be able to maneuver it slightly better in position if you perhaps didn't line up the platform properly, like how I did earlier perfectly, where I just needed to extend it. And since it's anchored, and it won't get destroyed by the kill zone, since it's not a loose object as well, technically. speaking by the game standards. It's not a loose object. Yeah, but I've had this. Also, I have a reinforced flag glitch on all the flyers. It helps. Yeah, and just having the portals different colors and make sure that the receiving end, so it goes from here to here, from there to there, there to there, there to there. And you want the one that receives you to have an extra little lip because of the stored momentum displacement thing and how it renders players differently compared to where it actually is visually. So this platform extra bit is so you don't fall into the water. And you don't want the stored momentum to be too fast, otherwise the platform might not be big enough. This is my very stupidly overpowered AFK farm, and also very fast to spawn in. Yeah, those connections to here don't matter. It is possible to build this without scale tool, but paint tool and screwdriver are required for this. And also the wrench. It may be a bit difficult without wrench, but it is possible. You just might have to do more manual things with the pistons. Or if not, if you have a friend that has certain tools, give them build permissions and ask them to paint certain things or stuff like that. That's if they're willing to help. Don't be pushy. But if a player has it and you don't, they could ask for share mode if you're the leader of the thing and activate share mode. They can like rebind stuff and collision all stuff and paint stuff for you. And the fly glitch I use is a simple. Let me just build a prototype. I think it's just a small one. And here's a reinforced fly glitch. And if you don't have, say, 8 teleporters, it can be done with 4. Just like how it was before. Like just one has to be in that zone, and any more can be further down. But first has to be in that zone, as we saw earlier. As it didn't register the other 3 until I triggered the first one. Interesting game. Bilbo, you are cunning in trying to stop people from being AFK grinders. But there are ways around you. Ways around your preventions. To the point where, if you were to try to patch out these, you just ruin the game even more. That's the thing about stuff I do. I find ways around stuff that can't be patched. If they were to be patched in some way, it would ruin the game entirely. I am devious like this. So anyways, if you found this useful, please consider subscribing. And hit the thumbs up, as it does help my channel, I think. Do it. Hit the thumbs up, or I'll make your fingers bend backwards. Hope this was useful.